All right, everybody, welcome. I am back, baby. I appreciate you all hanging in there. I'm ready for another episode of Zone Zoomed Out News, and we'll go ahead and knock that out today. Now, I am going to do something a little bit differently. I know that previously I've done like something from the local, state, country, and the planet level, but really right now something's going on that affects all of those, and so that's what I want to talk to you about. And in case you haven't guessed it by what I am wearing, I am talking about the World Cup, which is this amazing tournament. 48 countries from around the world are converging on the United States and Canada and Mexico right now as we speak. And they are playing the beautiful game, as it's called. For those who don't know, soccer or football, as the rest of the world calls it, is the most popular sport in the world. And it's like infectious. It's something people are raised into from the beginning of their lives and all the way to the end. And so there's a lot of fanatics and people that just love their country. And so we have, tons of people that are coming all over to this country right now to go ahead and support their country and watch the games. Now, I will throw in this here at the local levels, especially out where I am right now. There are watch parties all over. Some of them are on the government. Like we have a civic center. Downtown area. Some of the parks are, showing the games. So please go ahead and look up what your own community is doing. You don't even have to be a soccer fan. Just go there for the experience. Go there for the vibe, and you're gonna, see that you should be welcomed with open arms. Whether you're a fan of a particular team, the sport, or anything, just being there. Okay. All right. So, kind of coming back to it all, I have made many videos already, showing my love of sports just in general. I just made a video a week ago about soccer, my soccer story, actually, to kind of give you all an idea of my background in relation to the sport. But from excuse me, but from a community development perspective as well, again, it brings people from all different demographics, socioeconomic, economical statuses. In this instance, people from all over the world, different races, religions, ethnicities, age groups. Like, it just brings people together, and that's what's been so fun and beautiful and reaffirming with what's been going on so far. And we're only, we're less than 2 weeks in to this whole thing. What happens when people do come on over is that every country is assigned a different city, whether Canada, in the United States, or Mexico, as the hub for one particular country or another. Right now, that's making the news everywhere is Boston has Scotland. Algeria is in Lawrence, Kansas, which is where the University Jayhawks are, or the University of Kansas Jayhawks are. South Korea has made a whole lot of in the news too by being in Mexico, and I do believe Qatar is up in Canada, but I can double check on that later. It's been beautiful. A lot of influencers from Japan's in Texas. I do remember that one. But people are documenting their experiences over here, and unfortunately, with the way that things have kind of gone with this country the last, let's just call it the last 10 years, everyone has a preconception of what Americans are like, what America is like, and they just don't understand. And for a lot of us, myself included, it's been very disheartening over the last 10 years or so with everything that's been going on in the country. And so this has been an amazing opportunity for people coming on over to America to experience what makes us special and see for themselves. And they all have their followers on all their social media, so a lot of people around the world very quickly are seeing exactly what makes America special, from the music, the food, the scenery, the people themselves, our way of life. I've seen a lot of good stuff. I've seen some videos about, people being shocked at our grocery stores, our portions, the landscape out here, and even the fact that you don't have to pay to go to the bathroom. I've been to Europe personally, so I can attest. Yes, over there you do have to pay to go to the bathroom in public sometimes. So just little things like that we don't think about here in the States. Take it for granted, and these people are coming on over here and saying all this stuff, and maybe they'll take it back to their countries and promote it there. And this has already happened with previous World Cups. No matter where it's been around the world, is you got these clash of cultures, and people kind of borrow from what they've learned and experienced, so that they can bring it to their own people. And then kind of coming back to we've got the foreign experience here, but also for us too here in the States. Again, like myself, I've been pretty down about the way everything's been going for quite a long time now, and seeing America through other people's eyes has reawakened like my own pride in the country and level of patriotism that just hasn't been around for a while. I know I'm not alone in that. So it's a great reminder of how special this place actually really is, and that we are more than what is going on at the top there. So. But yeah, and along the way too, this is bringing people to the sport itself. It only the World Cup only happens once every 4 years, but fortunately, it's staggered. So 4 years for the men, 4 years for the women. So in 2 years from now, the women's World Cup will be here, and hopefully not necessarily here in the States, but it'll be going on, and hopefully wherever we end up, we have those same experiences. And again, that's been the best part about being on social media right now, and looking into the news, is seeing like the fans of like Scotland marching down the streets, playing their bagpipes, everybody watching and listening and joining in where they can, and just having a ball. There's that really beautiful video of that man in Kansas who was so grateful that Algeria picked their town out of every other place they could have possibly picked. They picked their town. And so like the university learned the Algerian national anthem and played it for them. And in return, Algeria is showing love to the neighborhood, and letting they let the kids come and train with them for a day, from what I understand. And that's the beautiful thing about sports. It brings people together, and I'm very, very happy. And I'm trying hard not to get too emotional, because not only are we talking about my favorite sport, but we're also just talking about the world coming together. I think this is what the world needed right now, both again people coming on over and us as well that are here. I think this will be a healing event, and I just really hope that it doesn't let up once the tournament is over. I hope we continue to welcome and be curious and learn from the people that are visiting our country or moving here to our country from other places around the world. I hope this has brought a positive light to those that are visiting, and that they take back their positive experiences that they had, and again maybe implement some things that we got going on over here, like ranch dressing. And again, this is all about soccer, the game. So I do hope that this instills a love for people here domestically, because it's not the most popular sport, but it is, I think, fast becoming. I saw something that we just overtook baseball, actually, as the third most popular sport in the country. So it is growing, day by day, and I think that, and I hope that this will keep that going. All right, everyone, I'm going to get out of your hair. Please go ahead, take a look at what your local community is doing for these games. Again, you don't have to be a fan of the sport. Just go experience everything that there is around this game, and especially around this tournament, because this is the biggest unifier, I think, in the world right now. It's bigger than the Olympics, because this is the number one sport that everyone follows around the world, and they're all here to represent their country and their teams. So All right. Have a good one.